I want to touch on the fact that this is super overlooked. This is the number one thing. Well, if not the number one thing, it's one of the number one things that I see across the board that nobody is doing and nobody's capitalizing on. And this is something that I've learned from top YouTubers, a lot of them, not just a few. I'm going to give you one example specifically in this video at the end. So this is super overlooked by everybody. Nobody focuses on their YouTube description, but you should. So this is a valuable place that you can put as many potential keywords as possible. Think of it as a keyword injection zone, right? But you don't just put keywords there, obviously, then it's not gonna come off very good. And I believe that Google is probably smarter than that, Google being YouTube in this specific instance, because Google owns YouTube. Google's smarter in that than in indexing it. So what you want to do is you want to form a good long description that basically details your video and summarizes it, and then stuff it full of keywords so that you can potentially rank for those, right? So it makes no sense, in my opinion, that people spend all this time, literally hours, creating a great video, planning it, recording it, editing it, and then, you know, creating the thumbnail and so on and so forth, right? But then they spend like a minute or two writing a very short paragraph description. I mean, really think about that for a second. Really take a minute and think about that for a second. It makes no sense. Okay, so what I recommend that you do is you take a bit of time, write a good, thorough description that's stuffed full of keywords, right? It shouldn't just be, like I said, listed out keywords. I've seen people do that before as well, and it doesn't look very good. So it should read well to people that want the video summary in written format, right? But also be stuffed full of keywords. Then you want to basically put keywords in that sporadically placed, and you want many different variations of related keywords to the video. So online arbitrage is a good example because I teach a lot of online arbitrage, right? So if somebody searches online arbitrage, I want that to be my description so I can potentially rank for it. If somebody searches for how to do online arbitrage on Amazon, I want that to potentially be in my description so I can rank for it, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be in the title. I want that to be in my description so that I can potentially rank for it. Somebody searches reselling on Amazon 2019, well, I want that to potentially be in my description as well so I can rank for it, right? So you want different variations. Think about that when you're writing your description. Basically write a summary and try to stuff in as many variations while still having it read well as potentially possible. So this will pay massive, massive, massive dividends in the days and the months, you know, to come. Think like we've talked about before, evergreen, not just in your title, but as your description as well, because that will, I promise you, help you rank for those keywords when people search that in their search results. If that shows up in your description, you have a potential chance to rank for it as well. Okay, so another little tip and caveat before we get into some of these examples here are that if you're somebody that repurposes content, you know, for Instagram or repurposes content for Facebook, or, you know, even has a blog. A lot of people will create YouTube videos and then they'll post that video on their blog and they'll write like a summary. Same thing. You can just do it one time, right? Write your summary, put it in the description, and then you potentially rank for all those keywords as well. So to recap, you can put in your blog. You can also take that and put it into a LinkedIn post. You can also repurpose it for Facebook and Instagram, etc., etc., etc. You can think of it as a place to take that written piece of content that you might spend 5 to 10 minutes on and write a good, thorough piece of content, because you're only limited to 5,000 characters in a YouTube description anyway. And then you can put it on a different platform and also use that as a piece of content if you're a content creator, like I'm assuming that you are if you're creating YouTube content, right? So I post long form, you know, to give you an example, long form content on Facebook. I post long form content on, you know, on LinkedIn. I also post long form content a little bit on Instagram in my Instagram descriptions. I can use that YouTube description and take that copy that I've written for it and repurpose it for another platform very, very easily. All I have to do is invest the 5 to 10 minutes to write a good, thorough one, right? So to prove to you that I'm not just saying that you should do this and that I actually do it, I'm going to show you examples of some of my latest videos. Now, I do this almost every single video, and you'll see here that I write long descriptions. Today we're going to go over how to get free products for online arbitrage. So get free products I'm potentially ranking for. Online arbitrage I'm potentially ranking for. Flip products I'm potentially ranking for. You know, on whatever marketplace, Amazon, eBay, Mercari, Poshmark, etc. There's a reason I list that out. Now, it reads pretty well, but I'm ranking for online arbitrage, Amazon, online arbitrage, eBay, online arbitrage, Mercari, Posh, same thing here. And then you can continue reading this. You can make money doing Online arbitrage, another keyword. So what I'm trying to say is the more you do this, and just to show you I'm not just making this up, you can rank for more potential keywords and think evergreen over the long term. Now that's just an example of one video. To prove I'm not just saying it, here's another example. And I do this time and time again. Another example, another example. Another example right here. It literally doesn't ever stop. I write a lot of good thought out descriptions, and there's a reason for that. Now, I learned this from Graham Stephan's course. I purchased this course, I think it was like 300 or 400 bucks, I don't remember, but I purchased countless courses from the top YouTubers because I want to get all their secrets and basically everything that they know to put into a YouTube channel, and then I take those pieces of content and those secrets and I put them into video format for you guys, like this one right here. Now, one of the things that I remember from his course, and there was a lot of things, was how much emphasis that he put on his descriptions and writing out good detailed descriptions so he could potentially rank for keywords in there. And the dude has been crushing it here in 2019. When he started, I think he was at like 150,000, if not 200,000 subs. Now he's upwards of 100 or 600,000. And this was one of the best tips that he gave in his course. Nobody does it, but he goes crazy in his descriptions and writes them out full-heartedly. Look at this. He does not just say this. If we can pull up another video to show that he doesn't just do this in one video as well, let's pull up another random one. I guarantee you this one's a long description as well. Boom. So you get the picture, and this is one of the top YouTubers currently right now, obviously not just in, number of subs, but booming. His channel has been completely killing it here in 2019, and this is something I took directly from his course, and I highly recommend that you implement as well. So just to recap, right? It makes no sense that you're going to spend all this time creating your video, but then shortchange your description with like a paragraph or a couple of sentences. You can look across the board at countless examples of people that do that and don't grow. So utilize your description, utilize all 5,000 characters to your advantage, and write some well thought out detailed descriptions, and it will pay off for you.